Alright boys, in today's video, we got a special one for the new players in Grand Summoners. This is going to be a sort of mini guide on how to start if you are just starting for the Index collab. So first thing we're going to go over the units, right? You're here for the units. You're here for Toma, Index, Railgun, and Accelerator. So which one of them is which ones are actually good? Which ones are going to be really good for starters? So good news, all four of them are pretty good. But two of them are going to be really good for new players, and then the other two are going to be kind of okay for new players. I wouldn't really try your best to get them, but you know, that's why you're here. That's why you're playing the game. So, but the ones you should definitely start out with, it'll make the game so much easier if you just re-roll until you get either of these two. So for part one, it's going to be Toma, and for part two, it's going to be Accelerator. So if you're watching this video later than I published it, and Accelerator is in the game, try to get him as well. But I would say the best one to start with is going to be Toma, just because he's a tank, and you know, he's going to make sure you stay alive, your whole team is alive, and you're going to be able to clear a bunch of content with Toma. And then Accelerator, he's in part two. He's going to be an arch general and a breaker. He's going to be the best breaker in the game for a little bit, which you don't really have to worry too much about, but it's just nice to have him. And then once you get further and further into the game, you'll realize why he's good. So first thing we're going to go over is re-rolling. So when you're summoning, so we already have who we're going to summon for. It's going to be Toma and Accelerator. Railgun is a DPS. She's really good for Mono Light, and Index is also really good for Mono Light, but the issue is that's Mono Light. You have to have the other components of the team to make them work. With Toma and Accelerator, you don't really need another unit to make them good. But Railgun and Index, you're going to need a Mono Light team. But if you get both of them, they do work really well together, so that's a plus. But let's get right into it. So first thing, how to do this, how to do your rerolls. The first summon you want to do is actually going to be this 5-gem summon, because the first summon you do in Grand Summoners is guaranteed to be a 5-star. So you do this one, and then you're guaranteed to get a 5-star, and then you'll still have the guaranteed over here. This will be a purple button, and you'll have a guaranteed 5-star, and then you do the 5 first, so you're guaranteed the 5-star there, and then you do the purple one, so you're guaranteed another 5-star. So that's how you do your summons. And then to reset your count in case you don't get Toma or Accelerator, you go to the menu, you go to deleting personal information, and then there's going to be 3 boxes. Check all 3 of them, delete the account, reset, put your name in, skip the tutorial, and then you'll get back to the summons. Shouldn't take that long. Just keep repeating it over and over until you eventually get Toma or maybe Accelerator. I would heavily urge you to try and get Toma. He is going to be a great unit to start out with. And then for other things like the equips, all of the equips in here are actually really good. So try to get them. Do your equip summons. Equips are super important in this game. For these 2 banners, you could try to get Cilia. You could try to get Mira. I would say Cilia is going to be a little bit better than Mira, especially for starting. And then we have down here, we have the summer equips. This is going to be one of the best equip banners in the game. So definitely try and do some pulls on this. Get some good equipment. Get set up for that. That's super important. All right. Also, do not use your ALK on this banner. I know it's super tempting to just 5k, try to get the unit that you want, but the rates on this banner are so horrible. The likelihood of you getting Toma or Railgun or Index or Accelerator off this ALK banner are so low. Don't do it. It's much more beneficial to just try and get the GS units on these banners. These ones, they start at 5k, then they go to 7, and then they go to 10. So these are much, much better than the crossover ALK banners. So there is a new unit coming out soon called Platina. Try and get her when she comes out. You could try and throw some ALK at these two, but save your ALK for Platina. That's what I would do. Definitely don't spend it here. It's just not worth it. You're just going to waste it. So the next thing we're going to go over is the shop. So even for free to play, the first time I already bought them all, so I don't even think it's in here for me. Okay, right here. The Crystal Pass. If you find the crystal pass, it might show the grand crystal pass. Just swipe to the right on it or to the left, and then the crystal pass. The first time you buy it, it's going to be free. So you can get a free 10 gems. You can get a free 5-star ticket. And then for 30 days, you'll get some nice login bonuses. So definitely a really, really good thing. And it's free for the first 30 days. So definitely just pick it up. And it's not like a recurring payment or anything. You don't need to put in any payment information. You just click it and then you click buy and then it buys it. Like, it doesn't cost any money. It's not going to make you put in any information. It's just free. So definitely do this. And then if you do want to spend money on this game, like you're like, oh yeah, I like this game, it's pretty fun. There is a $1 pack usually at the top. I already bought it, so it's not there. It usually resets every crossover. It's going to be like 50 gems and a couple other things for $1. It's super, super worth it. And then if you do buy that, I would recommend doing the step up banner. That's going to be over here. It should be above this one. There's going to be a step up banner. I would do the first step on that, and then you'll get a max elixir. And then you go to the home, items, and then you scroll down to the max elixir, use, and then you're going to find your Toma and you're going to max elixir him. And this is going to ascend him and get him to level 120. So get some really good stat upgrades on him and make sure you're getting the full utilization of his kit. So super important. But if you're not going to spend money, we'll go over how to ascend him easily a little bit later. So that's what I would do in the shop if you're thinking about that. And then tickets. So for the first like 10 days that you log in, you're going to get a bunch of tickets. So we're going to go to the town. The alchemist is where you redeem these. Click exchange. And then on the first day, you're going to get a true equip exchange for the crossover. And with this one, if you get Toma, you have to pick up his true weapon. It is so good on him. It is so good because of this passive that he just takes 30% less damage with this on him. Because he is a tank, this is so good on him. It's going to be like the best equip you can have on your Toma is right here, and you can get it for free the day you log in. The first day you log in. And then the next ones we're going to go over, we're going to skip all of this. This is just like event stuff. And we're going to go down to the Ultimate Hero Exchange. So, in here, I would find the boy Fen. This is who I would get if I was just starting out the game. Get Fen. Use him. He's going to be an arch gener. That means he generates arts, which is how you use like your abilities, like the art and the true art. You need arch geners to use those. So definitely pick up Fen. He's going to be great. And then with the true equip exchange, I would pick up True EX Gate. There's going to be a lot of people saying pick up like True Izanagi or True Exceeds X. These are really good options. I would do this with like your second and third ticket, but with your first one, I would go True EX Gate. It's just going to be super, super good in speeding up one unit and giving the whole team crit. Because it's going to give autofills targets arts gauge by 10 for 15 seconds. So it gives 150 arts. It's really, really good. You just got to trust me. This is the best one you can get to start the game with. And then we have the 5-star equip exchange. These ones aren't too important, but I would say the best one you could probably get is going to be Magic Armor Gargantua. Just throw this in Toma's defense slot and, you know, you'll take a little bit less damage and even more, like, you'll have a bunch of DR against dark enemies, which are pretty common. So, that's what I would do for the 5-star. And then for the 4-star, I would grab the Blessed Necklace. Or maybe, like, the Divine Staff Keon to throw on your Toma, but I would say the best one to get is probably a Blessed Necklace. This just makes it so you throw it on a unit, and if they ever die, they just won't. They'll just revive, and you're cooling. So I would definitely get a Blessed Necklace. And then that's going to be it for the tickets. Now we're going to go over what to fight. So if we go to the home page, click on Exploring. We are in the Event tab. The things you should fight in the event tab, anything that doesn't have a timer, so like 37 days left, 8 days left, 10 days left, ignore those for a second and do all the stuff that doesn't have a timer. This is all like here permanently, and it's super easy. The daily quest, super easy. Tower of Initiation, super easy. And then we have training, super easy. And then the attack of the Tasmans is also super easy, but it might be a different one depending on whatever, like there could be Fraids here, Tasmans, literally anything. Karoks, I don't know what all can be here, but there's plenty of different fights. and they're all going to give you like 5 gems each time you beat them. So definitely do this. It's super easy. And then with these ones, like this one can be hard the further you go. This one can be hard too. Dungeon of Trials is going to be the hardest thing on here. And then we have our events. These are whatever's happening at the time. These ones just rotate like every week. It might be more often than that. I don't really look at them. But then with all the timed ones, try to go as far as you can, but you're probably not going to be able to beat them, and that's fine. And then with the Magical Index event one, I would get as far as you can. You might be able to get to the red ones, and if you ever get to the red ones, you can always just click on them, multiplayer, and then you'll sit in here ready. Wait, hold up. We need to address something quickly. So there is a lot of new players. Can we load so we can go back? Okay. There is a lot of new players that don't know about this. You need to enable the chat. Do this. Trust me. It helps so much when the other people in the game can actually talk to you and tell you like what you need, what you don't need, and you can conversate about what needs to happen. It's so much more beneficial. Definitely click enable chat, and then you might need experts needed, and set the room name like please help, anything like that. Click ready, and then people will join you. They will help you. So you can do that for all of these red ones. They say multi right here, but then these ones solo only. You can't do that. So if you get to the red ones, you should be able to join multis, and people can help you clear them. So pretty simple. And then in here we have the exchange tab. The important things to get from the exchange, this equip, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. And then we have the important things are going to be these LB stones. You need unit LB stones, equipment LB stones, all of them. Buy all of these. These are super important. You can buy a couple croaker straps. Just buy as much as you can, but prioritize those LB stones. Those are super important because you need to limit break your units so that you can put better equips on them. And you need to limit break your equips so that you can use them more and more often. Because the more you limit break an equip, the lower its cooldown will be, and then you can use it more and more. So it just becomes much, much better. Okay, that's going to be it for this events tab. The Giants boss tab, I would ignore all of these, and maybe if you're up for it, try Summoner's Road. Just try and beat the first, maybe the second boss. Just keep doing that over and over, because in here, the crossover missions, there's going to be missions for actually clearing those right here. Clear a quest in Summoner's Road. If you do it 50 times, you're going to get 25, or how many are you going to get? 35 soul gems of each type. Yeah, 35 soul gems of each type. And these can come in very handy, especially if you are free to play. So make sure you're doing that. Just try and kill 1 or 2 of the Summoner Road bosses. You're probably not going to be able to get very far, and that's fine. And then materials, do all of these when they come. They rotate daily, so just do whichever 2 are at the top. And then these ones are going to help you upgrade your equips, and these ones are going to help you evolve your units. So they're not that important in the Ascended era. You're not going to be able to ascend your units with these, but these ones are super important because you need them to upgrade equips. And then if we go to the boot camp, do all of these. They're super easy. This one's going to give you Tasmons, which help boost your unit's stats. This one's going to give you gold cats, which you can sell for a huge chunk of gold. And then this one's going to give you chickens, which you use to level up your units. This one's going to just be XP. So once you get an ascended unit to level 90 and then you ascend them, you can't use the chickens to level them up. You need to use the Holy Land of Experience. This is the best way to level them up, or just playing the game. Like if you want to level them up as fast as possible, I would go in here, do this, and just have them like fight it solo, level them up. But that's probably the like most brute force way to do it. Or you can just use like a max elixir, or we're going to go over another tip to do at the end of the video. So that's going to be it for the exploring tab. And now we're going to go to the arena. So in the arena, I would suggest trying to get to masters, because you're going to get a bunch of rewards. It's really not that hard to get to masters. Most of the fights you're going to be doing are going to be against like old accounts that don't even play the game anymore. You can just kill them super easily. And then just keep doing this like daily, and you should be able to get to masters pretty easily. And then we have the main story. So if we go to quests, this is going to be the main story. And in here, just try and get as far as you can. Remember, if you ever get a red quest, they can be done in multiplayer, and you can have other people help you. Just make sure you turn on the chat, and it'll go super smoothly. You'll be completely fine. But for this specifically, you just need to get to Chapter 5. You need to beat Chapter 5, and once you beat Chapter 5, you'll unlock side stories. And in all of these, they have equips. So some of the good equips, I forgot them. I'm not going to list them all right now. But like this one right here in Grolls, Akashic Eye and Seagull are both good equips. So just go through here, read the equips, find out which ones you like. I'm trying to think, there is another one that's really good. It might be Swordsman Berwick's. No, it's not. It's one of the Knights of Blood. Is it Juno's? No. Point is, just go in here and find some equips that you like and just farm for them. Try to get one. They'll help you out. Okay, and then next up we have the mines. So this is going to be here for probably another week or so. Definitely try and get as far as you can in the mines. They are one of the best ways to get crystals in the game. So they only come around, like, I don't even know how often. The schedule is super irregular. But if you go in here, you go to the boss list. If you beat a boss on floor 129, you're going to get depth bonuses. And it's like 22 gems, which is insane for each boss. So you can see you can get a ton of gems if you do mines. So you're probably not going to be able to get that deep, but even getting to like floor 40, you're going to get a bunch of gems. And just try and beat as many of the bosses as you can. This is one of the best ways to get gems in this game, is whenever mines comes around. And then we have the Crest Palaces. So I don't know when you unlock these, but whenever you do, don't even worry about them. Crests are pretty much just like a way to aura farm in this game. Cool crest, like if we go to my units, we go to the unit list, or actually he's right here. These are all 5+. These are like the best crests you can get. Like they just look cool. They are pretty helpful, but they're not worth farming if you're just starting the game. There's much more efficient things you could be doing. So I wouldn't do crest farms until you're at least rank 100. Okay, and then we have the couple of extra tips. So tip number 1, do all your missions. So missions here, do them. Do all the missions. Especially the limited ones. Today's, the daily missions. These are never ending. Just do all the missions that you can, okay? And then we have the crossover missions. Try your best to do these. They're going to give you some really good rewards. Just keep doing all the missions you can. And then we also forgot about Grand Crusade. Try and get as far in Grand Crusade as you can. You can make some really, really good equips from Grand Crusade. And a bonus with the equips, you don't have to upgrade them. You don't have to LB them. As soon as you make them, they are already as good as they can get. So, and then another tip, to ascend Toma as a free-to-play as fast as possible, I would go into the Expedition, and then I would go in here, and I would click on this slot, and I would select Toma, and level him up. That's what I would do. That would be the fastest way to level up Toma, and then eventually, once he's done leveling up, go in here, click it, click that he's done, click on it again, put Toma in there again, and then ascend him with it. So that would be the easiest way to ascend him for a free-to-play player. Definitely do that if you get Toma, or if you get any of the index units, that'll be the best way to ascend them. To like make them as good as they can get. Just use this Expedition button right here, and it shouldn't take too long. It'll probably take like a week. And then my number 1 tip in this video, little plug here. Subscribe and join my Discord. I make vids on everything. Everything coming to GS, guides on difficult fights, and some fun summon videos. So make sure to subscribe, join the Discord. Plenty of people in there will help you. The link to my Discord is in my channel description, and then the subscribe button, you know, it's just right there. It's right below the video. You know, it takes you like 2 seconds. So yeah, but that's going to be it for this video. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, and that's it. See ya.